New stuff on sale at 6R. Okay, so there's the 7R. Well, that's a pretty looking trailer. What's that? That is a mulcher. It's a very expensive mulcher, so don't want one of those. Now see, this is what I was talking about. Would be nice to have one of these. I don't need it right now, so we're good. And the 6R is a 192 to 234. That's actually quite a nice sort of mid-range power. It's 145 to 185, not really. Fits in between the case and the other case. But, 118. Don't need a new tractor. We've got 3. That's fine. So September 4. Actually, cancel. Let's just do a quick check of the things. October is a good time. Oh, it's a good time to sell milk. You know what? No, it's September. Okay. September is, yeah, milk's next month. Contracts, there's still a 35,000, there's still the 92 and the 58. I'm just not inclined to do those contracts. They just take a long time. Cow food, chicken food, next month. Okay, so that field's green, that field's green, that field's not mine. That field's ready to harvest and costs 490,000. So not a thing I want to harvest. What's it got in it? Don't know. Green. Spinach, yeah. Don't have a spinach harvester either, so not too fussed about that one. Let's go to the next month. Okay, so October is here. We need to sell our milk. All flavours of milk. And now on sale, an X9. Ooh, very nice. Let's have a look. So, the 6 series, there's one of those. This is a 6-metre cultivator. Do I have a cultivator? I don't know. There's an X9. Very nice. Very pricey. And is that square baler or round? That's a square baler. See, nice baler. 93,000, 250 horse. It would fit on the back of the bigger case, but don't need any of those things. So now we look at this and say, oh goody, this is ready to harvest, that's ready to harvest. Contracts will have updated. There's still those 2. Farmland 9 is ready to harvest. That's sunflowers. So that's a possibility for later in the month. That's another sunflower contract. Field 11 is there. Field 9 is, oh, it's the one just outside of our. So we could do both of those. We have a sunflower harvester. There's a ploughing contract down there, which could be done. I don't have a plough, so I can't do that. Food, chickens halfway, cows are halfway, sheeps are good, and horses are good. Okay, I was going to look at October. So 156, it's max value is 58, so it's a little low for now. That's very close. But I'm gonna leave off selling that. Let's go get our soybeans harvested. First things first. Something I have not checked on is what headers soybeans. Okay, regular draper. That's fine. Oh, and unfortunately, nope. I was thinking I'd parked the auger wagon behind the harvester. I haven't, so that's all good. Assuming I can get the harvester through the gate. All right, let's go cut ourselves some beans. And because I put that on this way round, I do not need to take the header out to the field. And there. Let's go mow some beans. And the nice thing, of course, about beans is they're not a very dense crop. So we might get a sizable amount of this field done before we need to empty anything. All right, let's unfold this. We are unfolded. Turn it on. Looking good. And the front, and off we go. Alrighty. Follow the line here. Turn on GPS. Okay, that's good. Looks like GPS is... No, I was going to say it looks like it peters out. But no, it doesn't. We're good. And as I said, this is going to take quite some time to fill this thing up. So that's all good. Now to do the two sunflower contracts, which I'm strongly considering, gonna need the other header, which frankly we weren't planning to use this year. So this is a good start. Was a couple of minutes late starting today because the fish tank was once again making a noise, and this time I've just decided I was going to replace the filters, so that should give me a few months of relatively trouble-free operation and less annoying grinding noises from the pump. It was about time anyway. The filters were looking very sorry. But I'm going to have to order some more Amazon now. Don't think Mrs. Osa put in her Amazon order yesterday. So if I'm quick, I can get some filters on that. I just, with when it comes to filters, I just like having spares. So when I use the last filter from the AC, I order new ones. Water filters for the fridge, filters for the water system. Yeah, all things like that. It's just I'll order it so I've got one on hand, and when I use it I have the box there to tell me what I need to order next time. Now obviously if I'm ordering stuff on Amazon, that's not too bad because I just look back sometime in the last 6 months and see what the thing was and just reorder it. Okay, yield on this is quite nice. This was a cornfield which we were able to fertilise. It did not have good lime though, so yeah, it's kind of okay, I guess. Now, I'm not too fussed about those corners being on the line. We're going to be coming up the field and hacking those off nicely. Good grief, this is a really nice yield. So with the corn last year, we'd sprayed it for fertiliser. I can't remember if it had weeds in it. That might have degraded it. And it definitely needed to be limed. So we got the lime bonus. I don't roll the fields yet because I don't have a roller. I don't mulch the fields because I don't have a mulcher. So we're not getting that 5% yield boost. But the rest of it, it's looking okay. Who drove across my field? Seriously, who drove across my field? Was that a worker? I don't remember driving across my field. That would be very bad if I did. Oh, bloody good. Let's try again. Right. Go. Okay, there we go. Huh. Well, I'm a little annoyed about that. It's only a small tram line, I guess. Still. It's not too bad of a deal, I guess. We are 72% full. I've still got to collect up the silage, the big silage bales, as opposed to the small ones. So now we have our new, what is it? Crone baler we got. Well, pre-owned crone baler. That is now showing up with some variable sized bales as opposed to the smallest. And we make less, or we make fewer of them, but we do have a good good capacity. We're not going to have any big straw bales this year. Now that's the map upgrade for this did give us the option of getting regular straw off soybeans. Since I haven't updated the map, that's not an option for us on this farm. That's okay. Then we've got to look at dealing with the sugar beets. Now this is probably the only sugar beet crop I'm going to do for now. So probably end up leasing a sugar beet harvester. Okay, keep an eye on the harvester. 9, 0, 1 stop. Yes. For that, go find this guy. Oh, now the other thing I'm not sure about. Carts. Not carts. Auger wagons. What have I got on the back of this? Dremco. Yep, soybeans are allowed. Semi-trailers. That's... And this also can carry soybeans, so no big deal here. The issue I have is with So this is the one I have, 76. Okay. Yeah, I can carry soybeans. Okay, so I don't have problems shipping soybeans. I'm going to have problems with sugar beet movement because I think the only trailer I have is that little one. That's going to be horrendous if I have to use that to ship soybean or sugar beets over from the other field. So I might need to lease the sugar beet equipment and a sugar beet trailer. And I'm fairly sure sugar beets will not fit in my silos. But I do have that open bunker next to the horse pen. I can always use that to store sugar beets in. And I might end up doing that. Okay, that's nearly full. Let's turn that off. And that. Engage. Thing is down. Go again. All right, so first load of soybeans has been unloaded. So I think it may be what I should do here. If I do the 2 sunflower contracts, that will give us some money for the farm, and then I can consider doing renting sugar beet harvesting equipment and do the sugar beet harvesting equipment later in the month. Does mean I might not be doing sugar beet harvesting this week. The question is then, do I save the sugar beet harvesting for next week, or do I just do it anyway? Okay, this is the row. What? I should do a cut in and do islands or lands. Just, it's not too bad. Not as bad as the sugar beet harvest will be. That up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I hadn't realised the new season of Foundation was out on Apple Plus TV. Season 3. I don't routinely subscribe to Apple TV Plus. I usually wait for them to have a free week, especially after something like Foundation has dropped its last episode. Apparently its last episode dropped this week, and I hadn't heard anything about it coming on, so all news to me. But it's a fine series, and a lot easier to watch than reading the books was. Asimov is quite a heavy writer. I got through the first book. It was kind of a struggle. The second book, I think I read the first chapter about 10 times before I put it down. And then about 10 years later figured maybe I should get back into this, and I couldn't find volume 2. I could find volume 1 and 3 because they were in the bookshelf where they were supposed to be, but volume 2 I had been reading, and so I'd put it down somewhere else, and no idea where I put it, so oh well. So I had to buy a new copy. And the first two I had this sort of continuous picture. So I had the left side, the right side, and I was missing the middle. So unfortunate. Next set of Foundation original trilogy. There's now, I don't know how many books in the series. Something like Prelude to Foundation, Foundation and Earth, all the things. So kind of went through the history of the early empire, among other things. So the early empire was humans out in the big wide universe, and they'd forgotten where they came from. They had no records of where Earth was. Earth was hidden to them. And so Foundation and Earth went back, or had the sort of the Foundation Empire. Once the Empire had collapsed, then the Foundation had risen to take its place. I believe Foundation and Earth, they went looking for the origins of man. Don't want to hit the auger cart. It's rather an inconvenient place. Yeah. That. Let's put that down. Lift it up. And try not to back into the auger cart is also a wise plan. Job. How's the capacity? 50. We're at 58%, so nothing too horrendous yet. But doing this, I'll always have the pipe on the left so we can empty it easily. Although that said, while we're going to head all the way up the field this side, that side of the field's short. And if I'm close to full, I can always swing by the cart when I reach that end of the field rather than have it come to me. So yeah, that's that. Mrs. Osa and I watched NCIS Tony and Zebra, which is, yeah, it's a single story. So, yeah, I think it's 10 episodes of story arc. I think that's kind of the difference between a show put out for TV, like original NCIS, is you've got, while they are doing an arc within a season, they don't, it's not